So it's happening. OpenAI has just come out and said they are going to start releasing ads to the platform. Now, I did a video about a month and a half ago saying that this was kind of the next logical step. If you kind of know how things are taking place, one, it's a race and it's happening very quickly. And currently, my experience and from what I'm hearing, Claude and Gemini are currently in the race. Claude has made a very strategic decision. Claude is going after enterprise users. Now, they are obviously coming now into more consumer markets. However, they are still very much so in the enterprise side of things. And then Gemini kind of obviously does both, but I think they're probably more in the consumer side of things. And then you have OpenAI, which is basically all consumer. And you have to realize that OpenAI is very capital restrained at the moment, and they are very small compared to these other AI labs. And even Claude is too, but Claude again is with the enterprise. They kind of they want to avoid the fight, it seems like, to my understanding, but they are producing great products. So that's why they are both catching the enterprise and consumer side of things. And then OpenAI is trying to piece things together. You have to realize Sam is not going to go down lightly. So he is still going to produce great products. And I think logically they need money, they need funding. So you have to start advertising on the platform. And it's going to do a few things. Number one, it's going to provide money, cash flow coming into OpenAI. They have very, very big, ambitious goals, and you're gonna need funding. Number two, when it comes from a stakeholder perspective, they are probably starting to get worried a little bit, or there's probably just some rumblings in the room. Where is OpenAI going? What's the next step? Where's money coming from? How are these ambitious goals going to be met by X time frame? And so just to get them off their backs, probably they say, hey, we're going to make this decision. Because interestingly enough, when OpenAI had their code red, which was not too long ago, they actually were going to pause advertising and Pulse, I believe it's called, which is basically their health ChatGPT. And what has now happened is they've actually released both of those. Pulse came out, I believe, a few weeks ago, and now you're hearing that they're going to start advertising. So I'm not too sure what happened or where the disconnect was, but now you're seeing both things come into play. And number three, this is going to provide data for OpenAI, just like kind of Facebook has a ton of data on their users, and that actually helps the algorithm, that helps them kind of pivot their next steps. And so I think that's going to also benefit OpenAI, not necessarily you, but OpenAI, because they're going to have a ton of data on top of what they already have. Again, you have to realize that OpenAI does have roughly almost a billion users, billion, I believe, active users per week. I believe they're at about 850. So 850 million users are using ChatGPT weekly. And so they have a ton of data already, and they're going to have more data to then maybe feed the models and to help them kind of navigate this race. And so what does that ultimately mean for you? Well, number one, just if you recall, Google and Facebook, what did they do? They released ads. When Google first said we are starting to have ads, you could run ads for pennies, all right? And you would see a massive upside because you could spend very little and acquire a lot of leads, aka make a lot of money. And then Facebook came out and said the same thing. And what did you have? Well, the first individuals, the first movers to really utilize ads on their platform saw a massive upside. So what is going to happen? Number one, as history will show, there will be a lag because a lot of people are not going to immediately start running ads on ChatGPT. The companies making money on Facebook will stay on Facebook. They will not, again, immediately jump over. So for the little individuals or the small fish in the big pond, it is a great opportunity to take advantage of this before people start really noticing that, wow, it works. And then you're just going to have another Facebook and Google. That is if it works, all right? ChatGPT has tried a lot of things. They've tried a lot of products. Ads is a great way to increase revenue or just to have another stream coming to give them capital. Will it work? We don't know, but for the time being, I am definitely going to start running ads on ChatGPT. And just so you are aware, it is only on the free and go plan. Just like if you look at Netflix, Prime, what they did do is people didn't want to pay for, I guess, the mid-tier. So you create a free tier that does one of two things. Number one, makes your user happy. Number two, you can start actually getting ad dollars from that because people are going to want to start advertising on the platform. And that's what you're seeing OpenAI do. Now, ChatGPT, I believe, does say that the ads will not help sway answers or results. We'll see if that takes place. For the time being, it's probably true. And then later on, I think the lines get a little blurred. However, that is for a later discussion. But big things to notice. Number one, ChatGPT needs money, so they're going to start advertising. Number one, ChatGPT does need money, so they're going to start promoting this a lot. You're going to see people potentially start actually going to the higher tier because they're going to be fed up with the ads eventually. It's just going to be pollution. It's just going to be polluted with a bunch of ads you may want, and that's the problem. So a lot of things here. So it's going to be very cool to see how this plays out. I'm going to walk you through. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. I'm going to walk you through everything, and then I'm also going to be walking you through how to actually run ads on ChatGPT. I'm very excited to see that play out and to actually run some ads. And always, my friends, I will see you later.